Hello everyone, Merry Christmas, and I have, it's not a confession, it's more insight that I would like to share. On Christmas Eve, maybe you'll get this tomorrow morning as a gift when you wake up. Sorry that it's dark, I am just enjoying the nice dimmed Christmas lights. I've managed to go out and socialise this evening, which is very nice, but want the quiet, gentle lights now. Um, I, as an update, I came out of hospital a few days ago, and I've been on antibiotics since. So I got admitted with a really high temperature and massive pelvic pain to the point where I couldn't walk. And yeah, and everything's gone a bit since then. I met a really, really good doctor. Not necessarily like he didn't diagnose me or anything, but he listened to me. He really listened to me, and that's what I've needed. He did lots of tests. He did he was just a really good doctor. And I've come away with the following things. So first of all, he is not convinced at all that I have Lyme. In fact, he's convinced the other way. I would still disagree, considering my German tests came back with a positive result, but I'm willing to be open-minded, because what he also suggests is that something else was being missed. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go away and think about this. And one of the things that came to mind was my mental health. I know that my mental health has caused me to do things and use energy in ways that aren't constructive to me leading a happy and healthy life. And since thinking about this, I can now acknowledge that I've had depression since I was 16, but I really think now that I'm coming out of it, because I've noticed my mind changing. And whereas in the past I'd not really be in the present. Hang on, that doesn't make sense. In the past, I wasn't in the past, you know what I mean? Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I'd be in my own head, and I'd walk around and I'd have all of these like stories going on about, I walk down a road, see a car, like, oh my god, what would have happened if that car had hit me, and then this would have happened, and then I would have died, and I'd start feeling really sad, and I'd start almost crying at my own funeral. I just imagined, like, that was my life, like I wasn't even present, and I don't do that anymore. And I've started less going, sorry, I've realised that I've gone on a tangent, and I was trying to keep this short and I'm going off on one, but my mind has changed basically. I don't do that anymore. So depression was one of them, and I think this is what is the issue with chronic illness, is actually it might be an amalgamation of lots of different things that are making you feel like you have low energy, and it certainly was the case with me. And something that's come up since my hospital visit is that one of my Sarah Myhill, Dr. Sarah Myhill, talks about ME, and that people are tired because maybe their livers are working too hard because there's some sort of underlying infection that hasn't been picked up. I found an infection and I'm very interested to see what my energy levels do now that I've had IV antibiotics and 3 different oral antibiotics and an antiviral. So I had pelvic inflammatory disease, and now I look back without the glasses of Lyme, just because that's the thought experiment that my doctor told me to do. The pain that I talked about in a few of my videos, it's been here. I've had that since 2015. It was the reason why I missed a lot of work. It was why I really got sick. And when I was sick over the past 2 years, it was because it felt like there's something wrong with my pelvis. It makes sense. It doesn't explain how I suddenly developed flu-like symptoms 3 weeks after being bitten by ticks, but it does explain why I felt not right for so long. And so I'm wondering if I had pelvic inflammatory disease and then I got Lyme, or maybe I don't have Lyme. Maybe I have a different bacteria that has been carried by a tick. So this doctor is now testing me for toxoplasma and other things that can be carried by ticks. But that's the thing, like if you've got something suppressing your immune system, I don't know, I'm still exploring it, but I just want you to know that I know it's from Lyme to living. I guess I just need to be open to the fact and open to you guys that it might not be Lyme. But apart from the herbal treatment that I started a few weeks ago, everything that I have done so far is relevant for any chronic illness. So being really on it with your diet, so eating anti-inflammatory foods, because most fatigue and disease is caused by chronic inflammation, so having an anti-inflammatory diet, taking care of your mental health, and making sure that you're doing things that nourish you. So it's not just about feeding your body, it's about feeding your mind good things too. So I don't watch films that make me go because that's causing inflammation in me. Like anger is inflammation, and I'm now mending my relationships so that I don't get angry with people. I now realise anger as a symptom of me having my boundaries crossed. So if someone's making me angry, I will talk to them about it, and if they can't change their behaviour, then I just won't be with them or talk to them or be around them anymore. So yeah, it's about removing things that don't serve you in your life, and that reduces inflammation because it reduces stress. And the other thing is detox. So ensuring that there's a way for anything that is going on in your body just to get out of you. So enemas are still useful no matter what you've got, and green juices and turmeric and all of these things, doesn't matter what illness you have, it's relevant for everything. So I'm sorry if I get well and it turns out that my page name was wrong and it wasn't from Lyme to living, it was from PID to living, or I don't know. But I did get a test result from Germany that said I did have it. So I don't know, I'm just doing the best I can, and this is always an experiment. And everything that I've said so far is relevant for people with Lyme, is relevant for people with chronic fatigue, is relevant for people with fibromyalgia, is relevant for everyone. So there we go. I did start out as the Chronic Fatigue Exploration Society, so anyway, Merry Christmas everyone, and I hope you've had a nice time, regardless of your energy levels, and you just enjoyed being. Okay. And Santa's on his way. Bye.